Some mysteries appear complex. But sometimes the most suspicious thing is something that looks perfectly normal. One afternoon, a man named Jabez Wilson visited Sherlock Holmes with a strange complaint. Wilson had answered a newspaper advertisement from a mysterious organization known as the Red-Headed League. The job seemed absurdly simple. Copy pages from an encyclopedia 4 hours a day, and receive generous pay. For 8 weeks, Wilson followed the routine faithfully, leaving his pawnshop every morning for the strange office. Then suddenly, the League vanished overnight. The office was locked. A sign was tacked to the door. And no one could explain what had happened. To Wilson, it was confusing. But to Sherlock Holmes, it was already suspicious. Holmes ignored the strange organization and focused instead on something much more ordinary. Wilson's assistant. A polite young man who called himself Vincent Spaulding. Holmes and Watson visited the pawnshop to meet the assistant for themselves. Holmes casually asked the man for directions to the Strand. But his eyes were observing far more than the conversation. As the assistant stood in the doorway, Holmes noticed something important. The knees of the man's trousers. They were stained and worn with clay. The mark of someone who had spent many hours digging underground. Holmes had now confirmed the truth. The Red-Headed League had never been the real mystery. The League was simply a distraction, created to keep Wilson away from his pawnshop every morning. While Wilson worked at the League office, his assistant had been digging a tunnel beneath the shop. The tunnel led directly toward a nearby bank vault filled with valuable gold. The criminals had hidden their plan behind something ridiculous. A fake club for red-haired men. Holmes understood a powerful truth. Criminals often rely on distraction. When a story sounds absurd or harmless, most people stop questioning it. But careful observers learn to examine the ordinary details others ignore. Because sometimes, the most ordinary story hides the most extraordinary truth.